So in this section I want to talk about infinite loops. What are they and what is the use cases? Let's start with a simple infinite loop. Let's have while and for example true. After that I just want some simple print in that. Welcome to infinite loop. So if I run this, I think I changed that. Let me start a new terminal here, and after that I can say Python 3.8 or any other version that you installed, infinite loop.py. As you can see here, it's something that will print many times. We can't count that. It's an infinite. Okay, it means it will run again and again and again. Why? Because the condition that we have here in the while loop is true. It's always true. So it always will print and do the codes in the while loop that we have. So what are the use cases? Let's jump into another example. So right now we know what is a loop, infinite loop. Let's have an example for that. Let me import time to something here. While true, and again I want infinite loop. I want to get an input from user input. It's equal to input and just simply please type exit. I want from user to type this. If user type it correctly, so after that I will redirect user, or it's better to say I will close and finish the loop with a simple line with break. If user input equal to exit, just simply just simply please print well done, and after that just I want to break. Otherwise, else print try again. Okay, let me run this, and as you can see here, let's have something like this here. Let's make it better to read. And here I have this sentence here. Let me write something else. For example, try again, and again it wants from me to print the exit. So it will run the code in the loop many times as we write exist in a wrong way or write anything else here. Many times, every time that I write something here, it's saying that you should type exit, and as soon as I type exit here, you can see well done, and it will go out from the loop. Okay, let's go to another example. I want to import random. Why? I want to generate a random number with this library. We know how to import a library because we had this time here. I want to generate a random number and ask from user to guess a number, and if that number that user guess is equal to this random number, I will close the loop. Otherwise, I will ask user to estimate again. Let's go and let's see how we can handle this approach. Simply, we want to have another infinite loop. I want to get a number from user, randint, something that we have. I want a random number between 1 and 10, so I can pass the range. with this method. Let me fix it. Okay, let me just print it out. Print number. Let's see what we'll have in our output. As you can see here, the number will change, and I have many random numbers here because it's an infinite loop and it won't finish. Okay, let's get an input from the user input, enter a number, something like this, and just want to print that number. Print user input. So let me run it again. Okay, just getting a number from user. If you remember, the type of this user input will be string. Let me simply print type of this user input here. And as you can see here, so let me type a number. The type of this is a string. But here, the type of this number is integer. Let me type and print the type of that number, then we can see it better. Number that generated by this library. Okay, for example 12. As we can see, the first one is something that we got from the input, and the second one is something that we got from the random number. The first one is a string and second one is integer. We want to check if these two, number and user input, is equal to each other or no. So we can't check the type of string with integer. How we can handle that? Simply we can cast and convert this to integer like this. And if I run it again, here, both of the type is integer. So let's go through a simple if statement here. If user input equal to number, then print again, well done, and break. Otherwise, else, we can have print, try again. Also here, we can have the user input, or here, if they are not equal to each other, we can have the user input and also the number to see what are them that what are the user input and number that created by random and user type that. So let me save that, save the file and quickly run this. So here, enter a number. For example, it should be between 1 and 10. I will ask for 5. Try again. Something that generated by random library was 10 and my input was 5. So they're not equal to each other. Let me try. 3, 3, 3, 4. Wow, that's done. It was equal to each other. Something that I typed here and something that the random library generated. This was about the infinite loop. You can use that for generate timers or something like this, some application that want to always get input from the user and do some output, do some, for example, calculation on that input, and after that print an output. Okay, and it should be happen every time, and we don't want to exit from that application. So in that cases, we can use this infinite loop. But we should pay attention here. If we don't care and have an infinite loop in our application, it will cause memory leak or maybe crash in our application. So it's when you are using while, please make sure that you want to use any infinite loop or no. If you don't want to use any infinite loop, in your condition, sometimes it should be false. It shouldn't be always true. If the condition that we have here, maybe we have like this. It's again an infinite loop. If I run that, you can see we have the same functionality because the output of this condition is true. So please pay attention to the condition that you are writing for your while loops.